Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Ahmad Daniel bin Ahmad. I'm from Group 4. Today I will talk about oxygen sensor issue. This is our team. Firstly is Ahmad Daniel bin Ahmad SP, and my partner is Noor Amir Ali bin Aspizal. First slide, we will talk about how it works oxygen sensor. The oxygen sensor works like a management generation and products in-out voltage when it gets hot. Inside the batten covered on the end on the sensor that screw into the exhaust manifold is a zirconium ceramic bulb. The bulb is coated on the outside with a porous layer of platinum. Inside the bulb are two strips of platinum that serve as electrode or contact. The outside of the bulb is exposed to the hot gas in the exhaust, while the inside of the bulb is vetted internally through the sensor body to the outside atmosphere. All the style oxygen sensor actually have a small hole in the body shell so air can enter the sensor, but newer style oxygen sensor like break through their wire connection and have not that hole. It is hard to believe, but the tiny amount of the space between the insulation and wire provide enough room for air to seep into the sensor. So it can block the flow on the air. Ventilate the sensor through the wire that with a hole in the body reduce the risk of dirt of water contamination that could fall the sensor from the inside and cause it to fail. The difference is oxygen level between the exhaust and outside air with the sensor cause the voltage to the flow through the ceramic bulb. The greater the difference, the higher the voltage of the reading. An oxygen sensor will typically generate up about 0.7 volts with the fuel mission is reached, and there is later unburned oxygen in the exhaust. When the mixer is lit, the sensor output voltage will drop down to about 0.2 volts or less. When the air or fuel mixture is balanced off or at the equilibrium point of 40.7 to 1.0, the sensor will read around 0.45 volts. Next slide, we will give Noor Amir Ali to explain it. Thank you.
So let's take a look at the oxygen sensor component. The first oxygen sensor component is the nose. The nose of an oxygen sensor is the part that protrudes into the exhaust gas stream. Its primary function is to be exposed to the exhaust gas, allowing it to sample the oxygen content in the exhaust. The design of the nose is essential to ensure that the sensor can accurately measure the oxygen levels in the exhaust without being affected by other gases or contaminants. The next part is laser well. Laser well are used to join different parts of the oxygen sensor together, such as the sensor element to the sensor housing or the nose. Laser welding ensure a precise and strong band between the components, making the oxygen sensor more durable. Next is stainless strands. Stainless strands are used to the electrical conductor in the oxygen sensor. And the next is Teflon. Teflon insulation. Teflon insulation, also known by the brand name Telford, is a high temperature resistant material used to insulate and protect the stainless strand. And the next is membrane. The membrane is a critical part of the oxygen sensor located between the sensor element and the exhaust gases. The next is heater. The heater is a small electrical element within the oxygen sensor, and its function is to reach and maintain a specific operation temperature. The next is sensor element. The sensor element is the the height of the oxygen sensor and is responsible for measuring the oxygen concentration in the exhaust gas. It typically consists of a ceramic zirconic element. So how? If you want to know the oxygen sensor is in a bad condition, first we will check in the OBD, and the faulty will result. The faulty is P0160. That means the oxygen sensor is not detected the oxygen that into the intake manifold, into the combustion chamber. So we will know that there is the problem there. How to check it is we need to on the engine, put the OBD2, the scan tool, and then read the code, and you will see the code is there. So erase the code and close the engine, and then change the oxygen sensor, and then you will put the new oxygen sensor, and then you need to on the key on the ignition back and scan the code back, and you will see the code is erased already because the oxygen sensor is detect is how many the oxygen go through to the intake and into the combustion chamber.